do is necessary. We help people take their minds off of whatever they're dealing with. In the case of these kids, they're learning something that if they want to pursue it, no one will be able to take it away from them.
One of the reasons that I feel really welcome in Bay Ridge is that there's a big Arab community here. I feel like being here and being part of a school that's welcoming, I, as an Arab, can make it so that other people feel like they have a contact person and can feel more welcome.
To work around all of these inspiring murals by all these famous artists, this is the biggest opportunity that I've actually come to.
We didn't choose our parents or the neighborhoods we live in.
No one asked us if we wanted to be alive at this time in history.
Yet here we are.
2 million children.
Some born here.
All raised here.
All of us New Yorkers.
500,000 of us live in poverty.
More than 1 million attend our city's public schools.
With few art programs and not enough mentors. Too many prisons, lousy job prospects, and housing our parents can't afford.
Your problems have become our opportunities. Your achievements, our floor.
Together, we will create that world for those who come after us. The struggle is real.
That's why we're learning to take action, embrace responsibility, lead courageously, love sacrificially. Some things were given to us, others we give.
With the help of parents, teachers, artists and coaches, clergy and mentors, we are reclaiming public spaces, producing music and films, engaging social justice, and rewriting the stories we choose to live.
There is no common issue. One thing that, at least in my experience, all a kid needs is just one person to just say, you can do this.
Participating and Thrive in Young Life has helped me create sort of a brotherhood throughout the school. I have more people just to talk to about life, and I got people to go to when I'm in need of them.
And I think that just is a reminder of how strong we are, how strong they are, how strong their community is, and how important it is to work together, to help each other, to support each other.
When you can get the community engaged in a local school, when you can get people that don't even necessarily have their kids in the local school to be part of it, when you can get churches from the neighborhood engaged at the local school, it begins to change people's attitudes toward their neighborhood.
We are hopeful.
We are generous.
We create beauty.
We do it together.
We are Thrive.
There is a dream expressed by God that the knowledge of His glory would cover the earth as the waters cover the sea.
This dream is shared by all the saints, yet it seems impossible in a metropolis as numerous and diverse as ours.
What if thousands of churches and saints throughout the city would adopt their streets and neighborhoods through strategic prayer and Holy Ghost visitation?
What if clusters of churches partnered with local public schools to bring blessing and encouragement to both the faculty and the students across this region?
What if collaborations of churches and nonprofits strategically aligned to care for the 334 public housing communities of New York City?
What if missions agencies and local churches joined forces in order to reach the hundreds of immigrant communities that have come to our city in search of hope and refuge?
This is not a pipe dream.
This is not a pipe dream.
This is not a pipe dream.
This is the city that God has built. Join us as we endeavor to saturate New York City with the knowledge of His glory like the waters cover the sea.
First moment that I realized that I lived among brokenness was watching my grandmother help with someone who had overdosed. And you see everybody running and screaming, and I don't know what's going on. It's frightening.
I can recall one day coming home from school and seeing my mother crying her eyes out. I said, "Mom, why are you crying?" She just said, "I just learned that 2 brothers were shot in our building. I thought it was you and your brother."
Violence was something that you began to become a little desensitized to it because you woke up to it.
I can remember walking home from school more than once with housing authority personnel hosing down the walkways and the sidewalks of the blood from something that occurred the night before. I can remember hearing gunshots.
When people think of Gowanus, they think of hate, they think of deficiency, they think of people who are lost. That's not the case. That's what we have here is such a vibrant and a loving community. I'm from Gowanus and I love it.
I was born and raised here, and the people make the difference. And some of them don't realize how important they are in your life, but people make the difference.
To me, a hero is a person that do things to help people. But when you do things, you're not looking to be considered a hero. You just do it because you feel it.
Larry Smith, Vietnam vet, who lost his leg in Vietnam, and that came back into Gowanus projects and decided to do something more with his life. He didn't want to feel sorry for himself. He wanted to simply give back. So he organized with other Vietnam vets to become leaders of a group called the Stoners. Those Stoners were a group of young men who they guided to become better people, understanding of a culture, understanding of the need for education, and they acted as mentors to many of the youth in places like Gowanus. And that's something that's very important in these types of communities, to have father figures, mentoring figures, speaking to the youth, speaking to us about what it takes. But there were many of us who did not have fathers. And so they became, guys like Larry became father figures, older brother figures. Larry's decision to give back to our community helped change my life, and I thank him for that.
When I think of a community hero, I think of those seniors that were out there, those moms in those buggies standing on Hoyt Street fighting for traffic lights. I think about those social activists who walked through our communities and decided that we needed a community center, that we needed health care. I know that there's a lot of things that have happened that necessarily didn't have anything to do with any kind of political figures that may have come in. It had to do with the people who were here, living here every day.
We have to stick together. You can't say, well, I live in this place and they say ain't no good. Don't let nobody discourage you in where you live. You have to pull together to make it something good. Gowanus is just a building. Try to make it someplace that you be proud of.
My grandmother was huge on service. Like, her big thing is about, like, you gotta give back. And so everything that she's given to us and that we watched her actually live that, there's no other way. Like, we know. So I've decided that that's gonna be my life. Hopefully that someday I'll inspire someone else to say, these people have done it, I can do it as well. So this is not about me. It's not about Gowanus. It's about everyone just stepping out in the world and making this a better place.
I just want things to get better for everybody. That's my whole bottom line. You know, we were always taught, especially by my mother, is that it's not about you, it's about us. That's it. Everybody's a family. That's the bottom line. I can't say no better than that.
We're here to donate time and help out people, who are less fortunate than us. There's people out there who are down on their luck and, they don't have any money, they don't have a place to stay.
We are a city that believes.
Well, because I need crayons. I need crayons and I need some glue too.
Hi, my name is Nilsa Figueroa and I'm the parent coordinator here at PS 151. I know that a lot of our children come to school unprepared, and giving them these supplies help prepare them for a successful school year.
It's very important that we have community connections, especially with the church, because we are a Title I school and most of our children live in poverty. We have to give them a lot in order to prepare their minds for the school day and to be ready to learn.
We have parents and we have people who don't have it for their kids. And then when you guys step in and let us know that it's okay, we have your back, don't worry about it, it's like, oh, it's a blessing.
Everything is new inside the bag because I never had a bag before.
Many of the students don't get to have the school supplies that they would like. Some have more than others, but this is something that's so rewarding for them that other people would care enough to contribute and collect and give to them. So you can tell by the smiles on their faces that this is really special.
My name is Tim Reeve, and I am the site manager here for World Vision Greater New York programs. It's so wonderful just to walk into the classrooms and to be able to give some basic school supplies that are desperately needed.
My name is Diana Dennis and I am from the Legacy Center. We love partnering with schools and with organizations like World Vision and CityServe because you really allow us to come into the community and make an impact.
Teachers work hard and there is so much brokenness in families in our community. So the church needs to come alongside and pray and be a support.
Many churches on Staten Island are working together strategically. All of us are trying to adopt, at least start with all the Title I schools. Make sure they're all partnered with, cared for, and loved on and prayed for by local churches.
I believe that it is our responsibility to go out and help and serve the hurting and really represent the compassion of Christ.
Churches, let's get involved. Let's be a part of the solution. You know, it's easy to become introspective and it's easy to just focus on what's happening internally in our church, but really the power is going outside of the four walls of the church and being a part of the communities that we've been called to reach. And that's what we get a chance to do when we do stuff like this. And you know, as Jesus said, it's truly better to give than it is to receive, and that's why we do what we do.
Whoever donated this, I am happy and I'm surprised and I give them hugs.